Good morning, everybody. It's not even morning. It's like 4 o'clock. What do you do at 4 o'clock in the morning? You get out of bed and you eat half a cheesesteak that you made last night, right? Isn't that what you guys do? That's what I'm going to do. Because I'm hungry. With the cheesier side. Yeah, I didn't film yesterday. I took a day off. Like I said, I was sick for like 24 hours. The other day, I broke my little top. I gotta figure out where I got those. I thought they were in there, but I don't know. Like I said, I was sick for 24 hours, and then I felt fine the night before, or last night. Hey, there's one right there. And then I went to work yesterday, and I didn't feel fine. I didn't feel good at all. But we powered through it and felt better after work. So there's a little safety cap on or the locking thing on the bottom of these. I've got to get that off. There it goes. And there we go. Got a new top on there. Good to go. And I have a cheesesteak. So, like I said, it's like 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to eat my cheesesteak, and then I'm going to climb back in bed. See if I can't get another nap in. Normally, this is about the time I get up every day. And I don't have to be to work for several hours. So I toss and turn for a while, and then sometimes I can go back to sleep like a half hour before I need to get out of bed. And that's what the time, it's like, I don't want to get out now. But all right, I'm going to eat my little bit of cheesesteak, and we'll see you guys when I actually get up. All right, we're out of bed, dressed, ready for another day at work. It's cooler this morning. It's only supposed to get up to like 80 today. And I think it's only going to be in the 70s the next couple of days, so that'll be nice. I was in the van, and my phone said, rain likely to end soon. It doesn't rain. Every time they say that, there's no rain. Oh, yeah, just a smatter of cars today. And one guy, a bike in a tent. That will lead attention. All right, we got to get out of here. Head to work. Cheesesteak was excellent this morning. Love waking up and starting the day with a cheesesteak. All right, let's put you in the cradle. Cats in the cradle and the silver spoon. Little boy blue and the man in the moon. Y'all know that song, right? Okay, what do I got here? Put anything that's going to fall. Oh, do we plug in our GPS? I just like the dash. Oops, it came apart. I like to be able to see the temperature up here instead of down there. Why is this like falling off? Ugh. That little pivot thing they use kind of so cruddy. You know what I mean? Should come up with a better system. They probably do. I just don't have one. All right, well, got everything. A bottle of water. I didn't drink much water last night. Only about 3/4 of a liter. Normally I go through at least a liter or more. Okay, we are out of here. Yeah, it was nice in the bed again last night, 60 degrees. when I ate the cheesesteak, I could hear the fans blowing from the front windows. And once I heard those, I had to shut them off. Because once you hear something, you can't get that sound out of your head. You know what I mean? Okay, well, hopefully it's going to be a nice day. I got to get some things after work. There's a couple supplies. I should get water. I just put 2 in the other day, though, right? Yeah, if I'm going to get stuff, might as well get at least 1 gallon. Put a little bleach in yesterday. It was starting to have a little funky taste to it. And I think it was because of the water I bought. Because I normally buy at the one grocery store, and I got this at a different grocery store, a different kind. I think it was just what I got. Okay. Everybody's out in full force this morning. Let's get our drive to work done. Get the day over so we can get back out of town and get away from people. See you on the flip side.
Well, good evening, everybody. It's been looking like it wants to rain all day today. Actually, after I left camp, after I talked to you, and said, "Oh, they say the rain's going to stop." It was perfectly beautiful out, but then all day it's been looking like it wants to rain, but hasn't sprinkled a drop. Uh, so, like I said, it really doesn't rain in the desert. Not this time of year. So I got another little camp spot here in the woods, kind of tight to another gentleman, but I had already talked to him, and he said it was fine. I mean, we're not that close together, anyways. But yeah, there was a spot I really wanted on the different little spot, and I know I shouldn't be like this, but guy in a tent with a bike makes me feel a little uncomfortable. And I'm sure people feel uncomfortable around me because I live in a van. But I don't want the person coming over asking for stuff, especially if I started cooking anything and he could smell it. You know what I mean? A tent and a bike, it just, yeah. So I shouldn't be that way. He's probably the nicest guy in the world. Just that's the way he wants to do his thing. But again, you got to be careful. Um, he could also be a crazy person that is hopped up on meds or whatever, or did take his meds. You never know. So in van life, you always have to be careful, no matter what. Yeah, you try to think about everybody as good and whatever, but it's not always the case. Oh, but my boss talked me off the ledge today. So, and I'm glad I didn't take the last 2 days off because the people I work with, these last 2 days I enjoy. Not saying so much about the next couple days, but you know, you work with some people you enjoy, other people, not so much. But that's daily life, right? But I don't think I'm going to cook anything tonight. I did those cheesesteaks. Had half for breakfast at 4 a.m. or whatever the heck it was. Had half for lunch. I got one more left. I'll probably eat half that for dinner tonight. And if I wake up like normal, eat the other half. And then I've got some sandwiches for a couple more days at work. So I really don't need to cook anything. One thing I really have to do, I think this is going to take precedent. Breaks supposedly for what day is that? My day off, my first day off. Supposedly they're going to get done. We'll see. But because I did that thicker polyurethane on top of the cabinets, they just get dirty in 2 seconds. You can't get them clean. And it's really driving me nuts. So I got to get some sandpaper, clean that down, and put some new thinner poly up there. And I want to try to play with the back door. So maybe after break day, we'll do our chores in town, laundry, things like that. And then the next day that day we'll grab the sandpaper, so we're ready to go, and some poly, and try to get the cabinets looking better, because you can't clean them. There's that thicker poly is just like glue. It never set up. So sand that down, put something else on there, and make them look better, because it's driving me nuts. Because I walk into the van, just the top little corner there looks dirty, and all across that face of the water cabinet where I put that looks dirty all the time. Nothing else does, just that spot, that 4-inch by whatever the cabinet is, 30 inches, I can't remember. But it's very nice tonight. It's cool. I'm not even going to put the fans in the window. I'll turn the exhaust fan on as needed. I don't even think I'm going to really have to probably do that tonight. I'll probably just leave it open. And I think we're having a great sleep tonight. But I don't know. Another beautiful day in my van life. Kind of funny, I filled the diesel heater up the other day. I don't know what I was thinking. You know, little gnats blowing all over the place. But like I said, if I have to get those little chunks of the rubber gasket out of there. And I do have to make a new one. I've got the material. Just kept putting it off. I wish we could do something fun this weekend. Next weekend, we are doing something fun. I don't care. My investments are doing very well. So, I don't know, folks. But, again, this is the daily life in somebody who lives in a van and has a full-time job. But I tell you what, I'm so much happier living in my van and working than if I had an apartment or anything like that. It's so nice to just be able to come out, enjoy the outdoors for however long I want to. You know, what do you do at home? Really? You cook, watch TV, sleep. I don't watch TV. I don't have a TV. I cook, but very seldomly because I don't eat very much. And I sleep. I'd rather sit outside and just enjoy looking at a pine tree. That's me. But I will tell you, I'm watching my friends hike the Pacific Crest Trail again. And it does make me want to be out there, I tell you that. But folks, it's another real short one. But as they are, it just updates my daily life. What else do I have to do? Back door, cabinet top, brakes. So those are our things we got planned. I'm still thinking about, I'm not going to do it. I actually thought about today air conditioner for the back. But heck, it's going to be August soon. I got 1 month of hot weather, and then we're definitely not doing that. I still like to put a window in the side, but I'm just having a hard time making sure the window is going to fit that curve of the van door. Nobody can give me exacts when I try to contact them. But all right, I would like to get that done. So maybe we'll research that a little more while I'm at my, no, excuse me, brake appointment. Oh, excuse me. Supposedly 5 hours. Again, I can't believe it'd take that long, but. And my new toilet seat comes in the day before my brake job. So should be able to pick that up right after brakes, because my brake appointment is at the time my box opens. So we go in brake appointment first. That's number one. Got to get it done. And again, still thinking about doing something with the rear end, whether it's upgrading the leaf springs or airbags. Airbags, I think, were like $800. There is a leaf spring place near my mailbox, so maybe I'll stop there when I go to the mailbox. All right, folks. As always, thank you for watching, commenting, liking, sharing, subscribing. I appreciate it, and it helps the channel. And you guys have a great morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are. And we'll see you tomorrow on Jellybean Outdoors.